If you're looking for an easy way to create microlearning, you are in the right place. Hey, it's Jeff with yourlearningcareer.com. Today I'm going to show you how to create a short professional microlearning course and quiz using iSpring Cloud, which is part of iSpring Suite. What I'll do is build a sample course. I'm going to call it Email Etiquette for the Workplace, and that way you can follow along with a real example. By the way, I would like to give a quick shout out and thank you to iSpring Solutions for sponsoring this video. Before I get into it, I just want to talk real quick about why you might use microlearning. Basically, microlearning delivers bite-sized, focused lessons that learners can complete quickly. And it's great for things like onboarding, compliance, soft skills, and any kind of on-demand training. And what I love about platforms like iSpring and the iSpring Cloud are that it lets me build it really fast, it lets me distribute it really fast, and I don't have to have a whole bunch of tech skills to do it. All right, to get to iSpring Cloud, I'm going to start from the iSpring Suite tab in PowerPoint, and I'm just going to go over to my account, and I have open iSpring Cloud, and I will just click that. All right, so here I am in iSpring Cloud, and it brings me to my recent, so I can pick up where I left off with anything that I have been working on. But in this case, I'm going to create a new project, so I will click here on this plus sign to add a project. I'm going to call it Email Etiquette for the Workplace and click Done. Now that I've got my project created, I'm ready to build my first page of content. And for that, I'm going to click on Create and select Page. The title for this page is going to be What is Email Etiquette? And I'm going to start with a text block. So for that, I'm going to click on this plus. And this is going to show me all of my different options. You can see you've got all kinds of different things that you can add. So I'm going to keep it basic here to begin with, and I'm just going to do a text block. And I've got my text in another document, so I'm just going to paste it here. And I'm going to hit enter, and then next I'm going to add a divider. So I'll just go to divider here, and there's that. And you see I do have options for colors and things like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. That's fine for me. Next, I'm going to do a bulleted list, and then I'll just type those in. And then next, and now I'm going to go to my next line, and let's say for this, maybe I'll put an image of an email example. So again, I'll just click that plus, go to image. Okay, so now I've got this image, and I can resize it if I want, however I want it to go. After this, I'm going to add a quote block. Okay, I like that. And then I'm going to create a flashcard. So I'm just going to click flashcards here. Now I actually only want one, so for two of these, I'm just going to hover over and hit the trash can to delete it. I'll do the same with this one. And now I can type on the front of the card, what should you always include at the end of an email? And then I'm going to flip it. A courteous sign off like best regards or thank you. I can go back here. But and as you can see, you do have these different options for the text, you can add images, you can change the color of the background. And then if I click these three dots, I'll get even more settings. So lots of options there. And then as I'm looking at this, if I want to change the order, it's really easy because notice when I hover, I get these little dots here, or these little, I don't know, circles, whatever you want to call them. But I can very easily, like let's say I'm like, oh, I want to put this ahead of the quote. So I just drag it up, and there you go. Okay, so now let's say I want to add a second kind of chapter or section or page. And this one I want to call reply versus reply all. So over here on the left, next to outline, I've got this plus. So I'm going to click that to add a chapter. And now this one I'm going to call reply versus reply all, avoiding the oops. And then let's say I want to do a text block. So I can just do that, text, and I can say, what is the difference between reply and reply all? And then, I can continue with whatever I want to add there for the text. And then let's say maybe another item I want to add is a 2-column block. So maybe I want to compare them. So reply, oops. And over here, reply all. And I'll say, use for blah, blah, blah. And then over here, use for blah, 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 blah. And I can give examples. So you can do columns. But as you can see, it's super easy to add all these different elements. So you can really, you can be creative, but also be very quick with the creation. Now, the other thing I want to show you is how to create a quiz. So for that, I'm going to go to the plus. I'm going to go to quiz. And I'm going to give it a title. I'll just make this a multiple choice. So it's got question 1 here. And I'll usually have this written out ahead of time on a Word doc, so then I can just, copy and paste. So there's that. And, you've got option 1. So I've got my answer choices there, and then I'm just going to mark the one that's correct. It's going to be this last one. And then if I want to give them feedback, I can, whether it's correct or incorrect. And I can say what feedback they receive. To add another question, I'm just going to click New Question. And this is a cool feature. Notice it gives me this prompt about iSpring AI can create questions on the course content. So if you want to try that, I just would click on Generate Questions. And then I'm going to select the sections I want it to pull questions from, and I'll hit Continue. And let's see how it does. All right, what is a key principle of email etiquette? Writing clear and professional emails, yes. Well, it's coming up with a bunch. Look at that. Which of the following should be avoided in professional emails? Yeah. Nice. Why is it important to write emails as if your boss might read them? Okay, I like that. And analyze the impact of using slang. Blah, 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 blah. So here's what's beautiful. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. If I want to keep all 4, I can hit save. If I want more, I can generate more, or I can trash any I don't like. So let's say I'm going to keep them. I'll hit save. Boom, look at this. Now I have a 5-question quiz. Pretty sweet. Something else I just want to look at real quick are the settings, because this is where I can say, number of attempts. I can say what passing score is. And then I can, if I want to shuffle questions, I can set time limits. I can show correct answers. So you got lots of options here for your quiz. So you want to set that up however you want. And then I'm done with that. Now, whenever I want to see what this is going to look like, I would use this preview button. I'm going to click preview here. And then I can see what it's going to look like. And I can also take a look at the quiz. Okay, there we go. Let's say what it looks like it shuffled it. Correct, continue. What is a key principle? Okay, very good. So I like the way it looks. And then what's cool too is right now I'm previewing it like for a computer, but I could also preview what it's going to look like on a tablet or a phone. So if I'm distributing this so that people can take it on their phones, this is what it would look like on that. So it's really cool how I can check all that out before I publish. Once I have this ready, I have a couple of options. I can share it. If I click share, I can make it viewable via link. I can turn that on, and then I can send a link out. Or I can go to export. And I can, like if I have a learning management system, I can export this content out as SCORM or XAPI and use it on my learning management system. Or I could copy it over to another account if I have iSpring Learn or a different cloud account. But yeah, so it's really easy to publish and distribute. All right, so that was just a really quick demo showing you how easy it is to create microlearning using iSpring Suite and the iSpring Cloud. Now, if you want to find out more, I will put a link in the description below so you can use that to get more information on iSpring. And I would once again like to thank the folks over at iSpring for sponsoring this video. And I also want to thank you, as always, for watching, and we will see you next time.